Well, it is championship night in the ECC, and the Division II championship is about to begin. The defending champions, St. Bernard Saints, and the Cinderella of Division II, the Woodstock Academy Centaurs, and you are watching it live on Game Day. On theday.com, Casey O'Neill along with the sports doctor Keith O'Brien, and sports doctor, the St. Bernard Saints looking to go back-to-back under Coach Mark Jones.
Yeah, and riding the likes of a 14-game winning streak, Casey. They have not lost since January 16th at Plainfield High School, and they look to take it to Woodstock tonight, who comes in a bit of a hot streak of themselves, and they find themselves 10-12 on the year, beating number 2 and number 3 ranked teams in Griswold and Plainfield to get to the final.
We're going to tip it up with Cole Hackett and Joe Beltran, and the ball is controlled by the Saints.
Looks like almost a backcourt on that play right there, Casey, as officials kind of sort things out a little bit. Chase Anderson enters the ball. Johnson, Woodstock sets up shop on their opening possession.
All right, trying to clarify a couple roster issues, and we're back. Quick inside and out. Johnson with a three-pointer. It's good. Good start for Woodstock Academy. 3-ball from Aaron Johnson, the junior guard.
See a little token pressure here by Woodstock. A little 2-2-1, full court.
That leaves Beltran open for a three. No good. Rebound tipped out of bounds, and it will be Centaur ball. And one of the Woodstock Academy players, Luke Mathewson, got hit right in the nose, and that's stinging.
You know, Casey, Woodstock comes in here playing with house money, so to say. They beat the number 2 seed in Plainfield. They've beaten the number 3 seed in Griswold. And, you know, tournament time, that's what it's all about. Roll the dice, take your chance. Now they face the number 1 seed in St. Bernard's.
There's their leading scorer, Chase Anderson. He passes it off. We're going to swing it back around. Very deliberate. Centaurs want good shots. They don't want Saints to be able to get out and run like they like to do. A little left-handed hook in the lane from Hackett. No good. Rebound by Svab, and we're going to get our first foul of the game. It'll go against the Saints, and it'll be Woodstock ball. Quickly into the game, DeAndre Williams in for St. Bernard, and he'll replace Bergeron. Woodstock ball underneath their own basket. Lob in, and it's stolen by Williams. Off to the races he goes. Pulls up, little floater in the lane, back iron, no good. Stolen underneath Svab. Basket is good, and the foul. Connor Svab with a little work on the boards, cleaning up for 2.
Well, second chance opportunity at time for the Saints. Like I said, Connor Svab, right place, right time. Senior guard. Very, very guard-oriented team, Casey. Svab, you know, JoJo Beltran, Hunter Belarjan, Max Lee.
Yeah, they need Belarjan and Lee to play a little bigger. They're both got some size, and they need to play long. So the Saints are long. Anderson into traffic, back up top to Hackett. Hackett drives on Belarjan.
Not a lot of size out there for the Saints. No real rim protector.
Little jumper from the baseline is good from Morin. Aiden Morin on the baseline over Svab. Over the top, Beltran now kicks out. Williams swings it in the corner. There's a good look for Belarjan. No good. That's a shot he normally makes. And Hackett grabs the rebound for the Centaurs.
Early going in this game, you see the size difference paying off for Woodstock a little bit. One and done in the offensive end for the Saints.
Chase Anderson. Now Aaron Johnson.
Saints will look to post up Hackett from time to time. I'm sorry, Centaurs.
Oh, it blocked from behind by Beltran, and we're going to get a reach-in foul. And we're going to reach-in foul on Cole Hackett of Woodstock.
His first team's second.
Tough to press a team like St. Bernard's with good guards. They got 4 guys on the floor that can handle.
And they pass the ball very well, too. Once they, listen, attack the pressure once you break it.
Belarjan with another look. Misses another 3, another rebound from Hackett. That's 2 that Belarjan normally knocks down, but good open looks for the Saints. Morin controls. They're determined to get the ball down low. spinning baseline. Nice move by Anderson on the baseline to score.
Chase Anderson, 14 points in Woodstock's win over Griswold on Saturday.
You saw Beltran that time trying to get fancy with the pass. There's open looks for the Saints. They're breaking the pressure fairly easily. And we're going to get our first look at big man Nathaniel Avery.
Well, size into the game here for the Saints. Mark Jones sensing the disadvantage up front early. Going to settle things down low in the paint. Good ball player, Avery. He's a bit of a project case. He's a sophomore, but he can eat up space, and he's very active for a big man.
He wants the post. Now Lee drives baseline, swings Belarjan, a third crack at it. No good again, and a strong rebound by Mathewson. 0 for 3, Belarjan from the three-point line.
Yeah, 3 good looks, too, for Hunter. Keep shooting, son. They'll fall.
Woodstock is going to play very deliberately here. If they get a lead, they're going to work the ball, good shots. They're a very methodical offensive team. Morin, and he dribbles it off his foot. That'll be St. Bernard's ball.
Yeah, that's what happens, too, when you get a team, Casey, who's, 8-12 in the regular season. They get in the tournament play a little bit. They go on the road, and they beat second overall seed in the Division II in Plainfield. And they come here Saturday in the semifinals, and they beat Griswold. So they start believing in themselves a little bit, and they think they belong. And, like I said, why not roll the dice? See him pack it into his zone defense here.
Those are good wins. Nice look underneath by Lee to Avery. Kicked it back out and stolen by by Anderson. Those are big wins. I mean, Plainfield, perennial favorite in the conference, and then Griswold, and also very good team. I mean, they will have earned everything. Oh, nice 3 from Chase Anderson from downtown. And Mark Jones wants a timeout. Look at this start.
Yeah, welcome to the show, Woodstock. 10-2, and doing it the old-fashioned way. Playing a little defense, rebounding the basketball, and knocking down open shots. On the other side, if you're the Saints, well, that 3 ball's not, it's kind of dried up for you down there. They're not knocking them down.
Yeah, the halo of Saints, I think we could call that.
Yeah, sure.
The Saints right now struggling with getting out on the 3, but basically it's because they've missed shots. I mean, Hunter Belarjan doesn't miss those opportunities often.
Now, he's a sharpshooter along with Max Lee, and JoJo Beltran's one of those kids that can take it to the hole a little bit. So Mark Jones is going to talk things over, Casey. He'll try to settle his team down a little bit. This game is for a championship. They're the defending champs. We've got our feet wet. We're down 8. Now let's play basketball, kids.
The Saints with a lot of people in the crowd today. The PA announcer here tonight, Andy Walker, wearing his St. Bernard's basketball jacket that fit him in high school. It fits him now.
Still fits him now, yeah.
I know, it looks good.
State champion. He told me, he's like, sports doctor, I scored 4 points in the championship game. We had a 25-point lead, and Harold Presley came out, and I scored 4 points.
That's all you need to do. Give it to Harold. Get out of your way.
He was a good one.
Yes, he was. Stanley Maynard into the ball game now for the Saints. He has it on the wing, and he'll swing it over to Max Lee. Looking for a screen. Williams has it. They're looking to try to get the ball inside instead. A long 3 from Beltran's no good. That's not the shot you want. Down 8 coming off a timeout. Morin guarded by Maynard. Now Anderson has it. Good matchup there with Beltran.
Got Luke Matheson on the post if they want him. Very active, big man, getting some space on the block.
Drive, kick, back up top to Anderson it goes. Wide open, nice look underneath. Spin and shot, well defended by Avery as Hackett had no room.
Yeah, good job by the big man. Hold his ground that time, Case.
Lee out to Williams. There it is, knocking it down to 3. You call him the most improved player out for the Saints.
Yeah, he's one of them. He certainly is a difference maker now. The drive and the kick by Max Lee, and Williams got a 3-ball to go down. Stick with it. Stick with the things you do in offense. The shots will fall.
Anderson pulls back, step back 3, no good. Beltran with a rebound. Got to be careful because he loves to shoot it, this Chase Anderson. In the corner, Maynard 3, no good. Over the top of Avery. Lee tries to save it, but Woodstock recovers, and Anderson will carry it out for the Centaurs.
A 50-50 ball that time. Anderson tracked it down, sets things up. Junior guard. Team leader out there for head coach Martin Hart and Woodstock.
Swinging it around now. Centaurs, they like to try to be methodical, get the ball inside, and play inside out. Inside it goes to Hackett. Nothing there. He picks up the dribble. Anderson now goes baseline. Saints turning up the D a little bit here.
Yeah.
Leave Anderson open, quick trigger, no good. Out of the pack comes Lee. Max Lee all the way to the basket with a high finger roll for 2.
There you see Max Lee with another gear getting to the rim. At Casey, we're going to credit Nathan Avery for the defense on one end. Altering a shot, rebound comes out to Max Lee, and he knows what to do with it. He's a finisher.
Quick little 5-0 run for the Saints, kind of Woodstock timeout as they want to regroup because the Saints are starting to turn up the defensive intensity a little bit, and there's where your offense gets generated, right? Good defense leads to good offense.
Whether you're turning the ball over, whether you're grabbing rebounds, kicking out and running, getting your guys out in the break, and they've got a lot of guards, Casey. Then not only can they shoot the 3, but we just saw Max Lee get out on the break and finish. JoJo Beltran's a finisher, and we all know about Hunter Bellargin.
You see the Lancer Nation starting to ease into the game. We've got Game 2, some Ledyard Colonels in to see the championship game. And the Division I championship game follows this one. Of course, the number 1 CD Slime Vikings and the number 2 Waterford Lancers. The Mikey versus Dev rematch, the 1 and 2 teams in the conference. And we'll have that for you right after this Division II championship game where Woodstock has an early 3-point lead over the number 1 seed Saints.
See, St. Bernard's now extending the defense. You know, whenever the ball goes out to the wing, they've got players running out, extending the zone defense, harassing the shooters and the passing lanes a little bit for Woodstock.
Yeah, different Saint teams with Avery in the game. He's a big presence in the middle, much bigger than any of the other players on the court, provides a real strong presence for them.
He doesn't have to block a shot to make a difference. He just put his big body and put a hand up. He's a distraction for Woodstock.
Yeah, he's a rim, a true rim protector.
Yeah,
which you don't see a lot of at this level. Anderson now tries to zip it underneath the Hackett. Nothing there. Swing, corner, 3 is good. Aiden Morin knocks it down.
Yeah, 5 points for Aiden Morin. Sophomore guard. Textbook inside-outside basketball. 3 ball from the corner. Drains it.
Under a minute now remaining. Saints will take their time. Max Lee wants Bellargin to cut and run through. Inside, there's one of the problems of Avery. Got to catch the ball. He struggled with that. Inside look. Anderson kicks it back out. Drive, pull up, and and Avery came out and blocked that shot by Aaron Johnson. Up ahead it goes to Bellargin. Challenge, and he'll get fouled by Morin. Anderson had the block on the weak side, but they're going to get the foul on Morin, and Bellargin will shoot 2.
Yeah, nice hard charge that time by Hunter Bellargin. Get yourself to the line, son. Introduce yourself to the ball game in the scoring column, Casey. Here, a couple of free throws might do him some good. He struggled with the shooting thus far, so get yourself a little rhythm, get a free touch. There you go. Just what the doctor ordered.
Cameron Badeau and, Bodette and Beltran back into the game. We're going to see Nathan John and Jake Marsalisi for the first time in Woodstock. One more for Bellargin, and like the shooter that he is, knocks it down.
Yeah, how many times you've seen a ball game where a young man is struggling a little bit and he gets himself to the line or he gets a layup, he gets bumped a little bit, gets pushed around, and now you're in the ball game.
25 seconds remaining. I'd be surprised if Woodstock doesn't try to hold for the last shot. Take a lead into the end of the quarter. Marsalisi. And now back up top. Close to 10, they're going to have to run something soon. John put it to the floor, lost it. Needs a cutter, needs help. Loose. Williams to Beltran, chance at the final shot. Cuts, and they will not get a shot off. We are at the end of one quarter. Your score, 13-9 Centaurs. Join us for second quarter action. You're watching Game Day Live on day.com.
The Storyline Podcast. Conversations with journalists about the communities they cover and the stories they report.
An anonymous tipster said that the DOT workers and contractors on scene had to run for their lives as this dump truck careened toward them. Naturally, something that I wanted to follow up on.
Find us on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Game Day is brought to you by the award-winning Submarine Car Wash and Detail Center. Located on Route 12 in Groton, your local experts in auto detailing. A variety of car wash coupons are available on theday.com. Print them and stop in today. Also by Family First Life. Family First Life is a team environment, hiring many current and former athletes because they understand competitiveness and teamwork. If you're looking for part-time or full-time work, apply online at familyfirstlife.com.
Woodstock got off to a hot start in the first quarter, Casey, and St. Bernard's got themselves back into the ball game, but pace and tempo right now, Woodstock did a nice job dictating it on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, Centaurs worked around, really got good shots. Now they'll see if they can get the ball inside without Avery in the game. Bodette is the big man. There's Hackett, spins, and we're going to get a little walk. Excuse me, that was Nathan John.
Yeah. Little walk there. Possibly a 3-second call was coming as well.
Yeah, John that time, just that little extra drag of the foot. Williams to Lee in the corner now. Belarjan, they're double team him. Nice look inside to Bodette. Can't finish the layup, but he comes down with a rebound, and he and John tie it up. Possession arrow will stay with the Saints.
Boy, Max Lee with the zip pass there too. He can recognize the open offensive player. Threaded the needle right there. Bodette will have his back next time. He'll finish for him.
Lee will inbound as the crowd starts to filter more and more in. In the corner it goes to Lee. Oh, nice job by Svab on the far side, but he dribbled it off his knee. Turnover. And the Centaurs will have possession.
And the four-guard offense right now is kind of struggling for the Saints. Not a lot of ball movement. Too many guys standing around. I like the reversal pass better than the skip pass across court in that situation.
I agree. I'm not a fan of that big pass over the top of everybody. Tough. That guy can never catch it in good position. 3 ball is good. There's Aaron Johnson with the tray.
Yeah, 6 points on the night for Johnson. A couple of 3-pointers for the junior guard. Extends the lead to 7.
Belarjan tries to answer. Back rim. Misses badly. John with the rebound. Belarjan just not feeling it right now from the outside. Try to zip it inside. Kicked back out. Centaurs. Nice job by the Saints. Belarjan with a turnover. Up to Svab. He'll challenge. No call. Straight up they went, and it'll stay Saints ball. Nice job defensively, not giving up any ground. St. Bernard's ball. Hackett and Mathewson going to check back in for the Centaurs.
And for Woodstock, number 10, Cole Hackett. Number 14, Luke Mathewson.
Now, are you up to date on what a Centaur is? Are you comfortable now with what a Centaur is?
Oh, sure.
So if I asked you what a Centaur was, you'd be able to tell me what a Centaur was?
Absolutely. I didn't know there was a quiz, but I've prepared myself.
Well, it's just nice if you know what the mascot is, Yeah. Missed by Lee, What is a Centaur?
And again, you see Max Lee struggling for the 3-point line.
So I'm sensing the sports doctor did not pay attention in his mythology class at Wheeler. Wheeler didn't offer mythology to you back?
Centaur's a horse.
Yes, no, that would be a horse is a horse. Yeah. Of course. A Centaur is half horse.
Yes.
And half. Which half is the man? Which half is the horse?
The head.
All right. He's not the best color guy in sports for nothing, folks. The sports doctor. Woodstock inside and out. Back it goes. Drive to the basket and a kick. Now all the way to the lane goes Hackett, and that's rejected. Williams up ahead. Belarjan with the reverse right-hand finish.
Yeah, I like the push by DeAndre Williams, Casey, and the delivery on the pass from the little guy to Belarjan, finishing at the rim.
A little touch foul by Williams out on the perimeter on Marsalisi.
Boy, St. Bernard's is much better when they're running. The half-court set, they've struggled with their shooting, but when they get a turnover, Casey, they smell it, and they got 4 guys running the court.
If they could play Avery on defense and then switch midstream to put Bodette on offense, they would.
Yep.
Avery just struggles catching the ball with offense. Nice look underneath. Little floater in the lane is good by Ethan Adams. Ethan Adams into the game, knocks down a little jumper in the lane, and 7-point lead again. Saints inch close, and the Centaurs push a little farther out. Baseline, Beltran, corner, Williams, 3 ball, no good, back iron. Rebound, Adams. Centaurs push. And that's going to be a walk against Marsalisi. Took a couple extra steps that time.
Much bigger school is Woodstock Academy than St. Bernard's.
The current enrollment of boys, or is this total enrollment here?
It's total enrollment.
Total enrollment of the Woodstock Academy is 1,068.
Yes.
The current enrollment of St. Bernard's is 235. That is over 800. I was going to let you do the math, but if you can't tell me what a centaur is, I don't want to put math onto the quiz. You're going to really feel like you're back in school. But that's an over 800 person difference, Sports Doctor. Although the math would be quick for you. If I told you that Woodstock was plus 800.
Yeah, I'm very good at it. Yeah. All right, now we're talking.
Yeah, nice rebound by Avery in the lane off the miss by Williams.
I'm doubling down with Avery in the game, that's for sure, Casey O'Neill.
Yeah, Avery brings them a presence that they just you can't replicate with anybody else. His issue is, like you said, he's a project as a sophomore. Has to work on his catching of the ball and his post moves when he gets it.
Nice block that time by Cole Hackett.
Anderson on the smaller Williams. Williams, nice job. Reached in. The smaller man, DeAndre Williams, reached in and drew the travel by tying up Anderson. What a nice play.
Yeah, what's that old saying about size? You can't coach size?
Size doesn't matter?
No, but you can't. You can't teach size. I mean, you're either big or you're not big, and Avery's a big kid.
Kicked out top now, Williams. Max Lee drives, loses the ball. We're going to get a reach-in foul. Nice job by Greg Keith. Comes over and says, nope, we got a little foul on the arm, so it'll be Saints ball. Foul's on number 20, Ethan Adams. So nice job with the crew. Greg Keith, Robbie Bono, and Roger Warner. 3 good officials out there today. Lee, zip pass. Williams, floater is good. That's pretty by the Saints.
Yeah, Max Lee, he can see the floor very well. Team's best passer, one of the best passers in the league, Casey. Yeah. Right there with Bissetto.
Yeah, I don't know that there's any two guys better at that zip pass when you're not just right in stride, in dribble, ball off.
Tremendous basketball instinct.
Yeah. Anderson drives on Lee, has his highs, posts him up.
That is a big-time move. That's a drop step. That's shield the defender off with your offhand and pump it in with your left hand. Chase Anderson.
And now Anderson's going to be on the end line as he reached in and drew the got the steal, but he was on the end line. It'll be St. Bernard's.
Now, we've been watching kids all year long make basketball plays. That was a basketball move, my friend. That kid can score.
Yeah, that really was that was sort of a polished move. You know, he knew he had. Lee's not shorter than him. He's just smaller.
No, he sealed him off with his off arm and went up with his left.
Yeah, that was a good move.
That was a great basketball move.
That was a good move. That's you can tell that kids who can score, he can score. Only a junior. Chase Anderson will be back next year as well. No seniors on the Woodstock Academy roster. Williams drives, kicks to Beltran. Good recovery by the Centaurs. Belargin, open 3. No good. Hunter Belargin struggling, but Lee intercepts. Goes up with a left hand and scores right over the top of Nathan John.
Yeah, Max Lee with the 50-50 balls, the no-look passes, the hustle plays. He's picking up. Hunter Belargin is struggling a little bit out there. The Saints hanging around until they can start hitting that three-point shot, Casey.
Inside, Hackett wants no part of Avery. Marcellini drives, Hackett goes up, little 10-footer off the glass, no good. And a nice, strong rebound by Beltran. And we're going to get a foul. Looks like that's going to be on Anderson, and it'll be Saints ball.
JoJo Beltran there, extremely high flyer for Coach Mark Jones,
opening
playmaker.
Tip, that's the opening tip. He's the jump ball guy to start the game.
Yep. He can go get it. He is one of those kids that every championship caliber team needs to have.
Oh, nice job by Anderson anticipating the pass from Lee. But Lee comes right back underneath. And we're going to get a foul on Avery as John went straight up. Thought maybe it was a jump ball, but we're going to get a foul on Avery, and that'll put John at the line to shoot 2.
Oh, big man was holding his ground that time. Made Avery rim protecting.
You know, 2 of the most, I'd say, highest basketball IQ guys on the floor, Max Lee and Chase Anderson.
Yeah.
Anderson intercepts the pass from Lee. Lee goes right back and tips it
Picks
away.
His pocket,
that was pretty good.
Think he took it personally?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did, yes.
2 guys who both know what the other guy's going to do before he did it. That was pretty sharp. Nathan John, the junior forward, at the line for Woodstock. No good on that second one with a roll. Lee comes out of the pack looking to push for the Saints. Bellargin drives baseline. Hangs in the air. Nice job holding the ground. St. Bernard's, though, good work from Avery. And now Lee goes far corner to Bellargin. He'll swing. Beltran, that's going to get a foul on the reach.
Beltran found the crease off the extra pass against that zone. Had a step, Casey, and took it. Productive move. He didn't get the basket, but he's going to the line for 2 free throws.
Beltran, junior guard.
Talk about be productive, make plays. You know, always, pushing forward, going to the rim. Nose for the basketball is JoJo Beltran.
You know, sure, losing Hunter Bellargin will be a big deal, but the Saints are going to bring DeAndre Williams and JoJo Beltran and Max Lee and Nathan Avery. And they're going to have that coverage not fair over there.
No.
And a chance at a little run in Division II. Defending champions. Cut it to 3. They're going to put on some full court pressure now. The Centaurs. Hackett off the hands of John. Just with the Saints dialed up. Turnover and an opportunity to get as close as they've been in quite a while.
Yeah, the pressure paid off that time for St. Bernard's, Casey, forcing a turnover. Beat the pressure. Woodstock tried to attack it, turned the ball over.
And they're down 3 with Hunter Bellargin 0 for 5 from the three-point line. That's a pretty good, they can't ask for much more than that. Williams and Lee both looking to zip a pass underneath. Williams will take the 3 ball. Got it! And we got ourselves a new ball game as DeAndre Williams drains the 3.
Yeah, 8 points, the leading scorer right now for the Saints. Again, they caught Woodstock napping a little bit. The extra pass along the perimeter. Nobody was respecting DeAndre Williams. He drained it.
Full court pressure here by the Saints. Up ahead it goes to Mathewson. Instead, out of the pack comes Max Lee. High left-hander, no good. Rebound, no good. Had an opportunity, did Bergeron, but the Saints missed a chance to go ahead. And we're going to get a timeout from Coach Martin Hart and Woodstock.
Pace of the game starting to quicken up a little bit. I would tend to think that would play into the favor of the Saints with the 4-guard offense. They like the effort to get to the rim, to attack, to make some plays.
Cheering section of the Saints filing in. What I like most of all is to see all the Saints alumni wearing their colors tonight. You got attorney Jeff Londrigan, of course, we did his daughter Mia's games a couple times this year. He's in the crowd. Lisa Lazaro, formerly Lisa Crosby. All these Saint graduates. They can't wait to put their red on and come back and root for the Saints.
John Leslie's not a Saint grad, is he?
He's like the minister of death over there, though. All black. He's like he's in mourning.
Yeah, he's texting. He's scouting the state tournament game next week.
I don't know why he's in mourning. He's got a good draw. Opening number 10, Amistad is gonna travel to Amistad. Does that mean they have to play on a boat?
No.
Where is Amistad?
It's the home of the Senators.
It's in Hartford.
I know where it is. Yes.
What did they? Sports Doctor thoroughly unprepared for the pop quiz of the geography from me today.
You had a tough day at work, didn't you?
I did.
Taking it out on the Sports Doctor.
I am. I'm beating the Sports Doctor up a little. Cole Hackett looks for a return pass, but it's intercepted by the Saints. Bellargin, nice job stopping the dribble by Marsalisi, but he'll draw the foul. I like Marsalisi stepping up, stopping the ball on Bellargin. Picked up a little ticky-tack.
And Bellargin had a steam there, too. He gets the ball, turns the corner, looking to make a play. Again, we talk about attacking, not just beating pressure. And Bellargin's one of those kids just trying to get himself going out there a little bit. Casey, 4 points tonight. Couple of free throws. 2-pointer is 0 for 6 from the 3-point line.
Opportunity here to put the Saints on top for the first time, and he can't follow through. Saints looking to take their first lead. Anderson. Nice job by Bellargin. Beltran stepped in front. Ball's loose. And we're going to get a foul on Beltran. That's a tough one. He and Luke Mathewson were down on the ground. Tough foul there on Beltran.
Beltran saying it was a 50-50 ball. I was just fighting for it. Robbie Bono on the call.
Nate Avery back into the ball game, and he'll give Brian Bergeron a rest. With Lee And Belarjan and Avery out there right now. That's the longest, along with Beltran. That's the longest lineup, the biggest lineup the Saints put out there at a time. Morin and Johnson, the guards for Woodstock. Now Anderson, their leading scorer, with the ball. Nice job with Beltran defending him. Anderson picks up the dribble. Mathewson straightaway three. Got it! Luke Mathewson knocks it down from straight up the top of the key.
5th three-pointer hit in the first half for Woodstock. Usually it's St. Bernard's hitting the threes.
Under a minute now. Saints in the corner it goes. Beltran back up top. Belarjan zip pass into Avery. And he can't finish. Ball loose. Avery fighting for it. We're going to get a whistle.
Oh, that's where the big fella's got to learn. You got to finish at the rim.
Jump ball will favor Woodstock. What a missed opportunity by the Saints. Great pass. And Avery, soft touch, just couldn't get it to go down. St. Bernard's going to put on full ball man now. A little full court man pressure. Home run pass to Mathewson over the top of Bergeron. Bergeron holds his ground and draws the charge. Nice job, Brian Bergeron, getting position and taking the charge.
The rim protector, number 20.
Great play by the Centaurs to go over the top, home run ball to Mathewson. And he has to recognize that Bergeron has position. You got to pull up there. Saints with an opportunity to tie the game or at least draw a little closer here as we head into the half. Williams and Lee up top.
St. Bernard's probably hoping for the last shot here, Casey.
I'd look for a little 2-for-1 action if I were them, but, I'm not
no shot clock, so.
I know, but I'd want to try to score easy here and then put full court pressure on, see if I can get something created. I think they can pressure this team, but that's just me. Under 15 seconds remaining now. Lee and Williams, 10 seconds, going to run it now. Lee off a screen, kick side. Beltran, three-pointer is good. JoJo Beltran knocking it down. Williams with a steal, half-court shot at the buzzer, no good. But we are at halftime, and we are all tied up at 23, and the sports doctor is with head coach Mark Jones.
Well, 23-23, coach, at halftime. How did you guys overcome such a slow start?
We're just battling, man. They're a good team, and they're scrappy, and they made a couple shots. We haven't made too many yet, but, that's the type of team that we are. We just scrap.
They hit 5 three-pointers on you guys in the first half. What's the message for defense in the second half?
Don't let them hit any more threes.
All right, Mark. Good luck in the second half. That's Casey. Perfect. Spot on. Coach Mark Jones.
Yeah, a relaxed Coach Mark Jones, feeling pretty good after his Saints come back to tie the game at 23. Right now, we would like to debut for you the very first part of one of our favorite things here. After a season long of game day, we select the all-game day team. And once again, these are the players who performed during our game day broadcast. This is not an indication of overall performance, just a performance while on game day. And here is part one of the all-game day team.
I'm Walker Subman, senior basketball player at Waterford High School. I'd say the highlight so far has to be the win at home against Ledyard. We played really well that game. We had 2 losses back-to-back right before that, and our whole team battled, and we came out with a big win that night. After I graduate, I think I'm just going to miss having practice every day. Like right now, I don't appreciate how much I'm going to miss it, but once it's over forever for me, so I just got to appreciate these last 2 weeks. Both of those are pretty tough. I haven't faced Mike in a couple years, so I'm going to have to go with Trevor, but I'm sure Mike's fastball is pretty tough to hit. I love playing with him. I remember playing in 6th and 7th grade against him in the Neil Hoke tournament. He was impossible to stop, but getting these awesome passes from him, and he just gets everybody open. He's a great facilitator and just a great teammate to be with. Well, before home games, I like to shower. It's just a random thing I like to do. It just gets me ready and wakes me up.
Are you going to steal my Lucky Charms?
Tonight, I will. I will tonight.
Isaiah Benson. I'm a senior at New London High School, and I play basketball. It's a challenge, but it just gets me better overall as a player.
Does it motivate you?
Yeah, it really does. Probably getting yelled at because it'll get me better as a player and get me ready for the next level. Well, a little bit, but if it's helping our team win, then it's not really a problem to me. Now, I'm actually really smart. I got an 1130 on my SAT score, and I keep my grades up over a 3.0. My favorite player was Rondo, but he kind of slipped off, and now it's starting to be Kyrie Irving because my favorite team is the Celtics. It's either Wendy's or Chinese food.
All right, what's the go-to Chinese food?
General Tso's chicken and pork fried rice.
Mikey Bassetto, point guard for Waterford High School. I would have to say the win at Ledger too, like Walker said, because we lost twice on game day, and we couldn't lose again. So it brought us together, and it brought us back as a team. Yeah, because usually once I make a fancy pass and it's a turnover, the next two kind of make up for it. So for every one, there's a good three. So championships would carry with me more than the records because it's on the wall. It's everyone talks about, like, you're not as how good is he without a state championship, how good is he without an ECC championship, but the records will definitely stay with me, and hopefully I can be in the Waterford Hall of Fame one day. It's helped me a lot because me and my sister used to play. I was 8, she was 10, and my dad would have to stand outside and watch us play because we would end up fighting. I'd end up pulling her hair, she'd end up giving me an elbow, but it transfers onto the court, and I don't realize it as I'm playing. It just sticks with me, and it's just instinct now.
Devin Strowski, junior at East Lyme High School. Probably Angel Ortiz. First time I saw him play was in probably 5th grade. I saw him play on the East Lyme varsity basketball team, and I followed him. All through his high school career, and he's been teaching me. During the summer at Brydebrook, we play together, and he does drills and all these workouts with me and Luke, and he's just been great. I'm not really proud of this, but I actually got good at video games this time.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's your best video game then?
Fortnite. Meatballs and pasta. Pesto. I love pesto. That's really good. Mikey. Yeah, Mikey. Yeah.
Do you ever have to guard Luke in practice?
That's easy.
Hi, I'm Trevor Hutchins. I'm a senior center at Ledger High School. It gets pretty tough down there. I know a lot of teams try to do that because I'm a go-to on offensive end. But we've put in some new plays to try to get more movement off the ball, more movement in general to open up the middle for everyone. I definitely have to say hitting a ball into the goal as forward. I mean, it doesn't happen that often. Dunks don't happen that often either, but I don't know, there's just a sort of happiness that happens when you get a goal in soccer that doesn't exactly happen when you get a dunk. My siblings before me played a bunch of sports, and so I think that definitely helped me. I was able to play against tougher competition at a younger age, and so that kind of helped mold me into a better player and in facing better opponents than myself. So I think that definitely helped to make me a better player. I don't know, I have a super big family and we're all close. There's 10 kids in my family and we all stay in touch. A lot of them are at college, but we all try to get together whenever we can. My brother's coming home this weekend. That's going to be super fun. So that's something I'm super proud of because I know not a lot of people have that. So.
Game Day is brought to you by the award-winning Submarine Car Wash and Detail Center. Located on Route 12 in Groton, they're your local experts in auto detailing. A variety of car wash coupons are, as always, available on theday.com. Print and stop in today. Also by Family First Life. Are you a current or former athlete looking to earn over $100,000 a year? Well, if the answer is yes, contact Family First Life at 860-317-1324.
As the coach, Chad Neal, head coach of the Killingly Redmen.
I'm sorry, that is the state champion.
Yeah.
Coach Chad
going
Neal
there.
right
I was
there.
going there. Undefeated, the only undefeated team in the state this year.
A heck of a team. You think you'll be sad to see Spencer Lockwood go?
Yeah, you think so? Oh, boy. But, I'll talk about the ECC real quick. And, everybody talks about, the league. But when you go back and you think about it, last year we had a state champion in basketball in the Whalers. We had a baseball champion in Waterford. We had a football champion in Killingly. So the last 3 major sports seasons, the ECC has produced a state champion. State tournament play starts next week, and obviously St. Bernard's is the number 2 seed in Division IV behind Northwestern.
Yeah, Sports Doctor, I go back to the days where multiple teams won state championships in the same year. Where New London and Fitch won baseball championships in the same year, where Stonington there was multiple state championships in football, basketball, baseball in the same year. The ECC, a proud tradition of state champions. And I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that we are going to have a state championship in both girls and boys basketball.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, Casey. And I think it's going to come from either Division III or IV, because I think, St. Bernard's can get a hot shooting night from their guards. They can make a run in that Division IV. They will face either Wyndham Tech or Platt Tech that winner in their first round game, obviously second round game because they have a first round bye. But, they've got a good draw, and a hot shooting team can go a long way. Then you look for Division III. You've got East Lyme and Waterford. We'll talk about them in the second game. But, even Ledyard got a nice draw in that Division II. It's going to be very hard for them to, to get traction after that first week. But they can find themselves playing in a quarterfinal matchup.
Yeah, they could. St. Bernard's is going to have a tough time. The top of that bracket is very difficult. But I think they're going to be a pretty strong team moving toward the quarterfinals for sure. I think Stonington got a really difficult draw.
Yeah.
Amistad's a tough draw. We saw Amistad against East Lyme in a preseason game.
Yep.
And they're very athletic. They're a very well-coached team as well.
Stonington's another one of those teams, Casey. If they can bring the three-point shot, they can stay with anybody. But they got to knock them down.
I think realistically, your three best bets for a state championship come from St. Bernard's, Waterford, and East Lyme. But I think Ledyard's going to win a couple games.
Yeah.
I think New London could win a couple games. I think that Stonington could win. I think there are a lot of teams that could win a game or two. But when you get up into those quarterfinals,
it's tough.
Then you need luck too. Look at New London girls last year, as you're fond of pointing out. They're a Rosie Nicholson buzzer beater away from being out in the second round on a team that wins the state championship. So you do need some luck along the way.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it'll be interesting. Like I said, there he is.
Peter Vincent.
Peter Vincent, Ledyard girls basketball coach. And, it's tournament time. I kid around with Dave Cornish, head Ledyard coach, all the time about, tournaments all about rolling the dice and taking your chances. And that's basically what it is. I know you may not see it as that, but I call it house money. Let's go. So let's put everything we got on the line and let's try and win a championship.
To win a state championship, you need the following. You need to play well in all but one of your games. You can't play bad in more than maybe one game. You can get away with it maybe once. Second, you need to get lucky in that game in which you don't play well.
You got to steal one.
You got to steal one. Because there's going to be a game, a la New London Stanford last year, where they didn't play great. Stanford was a better team than the seed indicated, and they had to get lucky. And then the last thing that is required is it's like, I hate to equate it to playing blackjack, but you got to know when the shoe is hot.
Yeah.
There comes a time in the state tournament, New London, off of that win, just flew.
Yes.
And they buried a couple teams to the finals. You can't play five-point games.
Right.
You got to cruise a couple times, and you got to use the sort of momentum that you can get.
And you got to steal a game with your backs against the wall.
That's
You're
right.
100% correct. If St. Bernard's with their four guards, 23-23 as you start the second half, Casey, they are a Nate Avery year away from being really legit on a high school level. He's a big kid, but he would give them an added dimension that they don't have.
Williams drives, little floater is good.
But talk about an added dimension. And Andre Williams.
Yeah, he's been big this year. Saints with their first lead of the ball game, 25-23 here, opening up the second half.
10 points for the junior guard, Casey.
Yeah. And I would not be surprised if they never relinquish this lead. Mark Jones was very, very confident talking to you at halftime. Little pull-up jumper in the lane, no good by Hackett. Beltran rebounds, they'll push. He swings it, Belarjan forgoes the three, back to Beltran. Three ball, no good. Weak side rebound, Williams. Max Lee in the lane, kicks it out. Beltran will give it another try, no good. And nice rebound by Anderson on the weak side.
He's been quiet.
Oh, what a nice job by Belarjan, standing his ground and drawing the charge on Anderson.
Chase Anderson has been quiet the last 4 minutes of the first half, Casey. A bit of a forced play that time, and a great job by Belarjan stepping in. That'll be Chase Anderson's third personal foul.
I think you got to just roll the dice, to be honest with you. Fouls out, he fouls out, but you got to keep him in the game. Best scorer on the team right now.
What are you saving him for?
Exactly. Williams and Lee. Lee wanted to zip one. Instead, it goes over to Belarjan. There's his three ball. No good. Still can't find it. But Lee, weak side with the layup is good. Max Lee gives the Saints their biggest lead of the game at 4.
Two Saint players on the weak side, DeAndre Williams and Max Lee. Lee wins a 50-50 ball. It hits the layup. Max Lee done a little bit of everything tonight for Mark Jones. Rebound the basketball, pass the basketball, score, and a quick turnover.
Anderson stepped back with his foot to get momentum, and nice job by Williams pushing him into an over and back.
You get the sense that St. Bernard's picked up the intensity of Mark Jones at halftime and brought it out here to start the second half.
Williams will run the point for the Saints. He's got Beltran and Lee, a little four guard with Beltran in the corner. Zip pass into Avery, probably ill-advised and picked off by Morin. Up ahead to Anderson. Back to Morin. A little two-man game. Anderson drives on Lee. And we're going to get a reach-in foul on Max Lee as Anderson drove baseline.
Yeah, good matchup there, Max Lee and Chase Anderson. Max not giving him any space over there whatsoever. Good on-the-ball defense.
Eastline Vikings just arrived for their matchup tonight with Waterford. And Luke Leonard, the junior point guard, had I would call him Natalie attired with a red bow tie. Looking good there. Look at that. Look, Luke, you're looking good, my friend. That's a kid who's ready to play tonight.
Luke Matheson on a turnaround jumper. Cuts the lead to 2.
Long three from Williams. No good, and a rebound by Anderson.
Woodstock looking to tie the game.
A little in and out action now. Hackett drives, layup, tip, no good. Anderson, though, pulls down the rebound. In the corner. Nice defense by Lee. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Lee, and I think it was a slip out there. I think Morin slipped, but we're going to get a touch foul on Lee. I think Coach Jeff Bernardi said to Luke Leonard, you can work at my financial firm in the offseason. Now, maroon bow tie to the left of Dev Ostrowski as well. Vikings turning it up a notch in the dress category. Up top, Morin. And Johnson. Now inside it goes Matheson. Baseline drive, kick to Anderson. 3-ball. No good, front rim. Oh, what a beautiful athletic follow from Aiden Morin.
Cleaning up the mess. Aiden Morin at the glass, Casey. Follow your shot. Crash and score for number 5.
Williams swings it over to Lee.
Like guys that move without the basketball. The guys that do hard work and move without the basketball get rewarded.
Beltran with a 3-ball. Oh, in and out and in! Talk about a shooter's touch for JoJo.
In and out and in, he says.
In the corner. And swing to Anderson. 3-ball from the side is no good by Johnson, but saved by Hackett. Anderson's calling for it. Hackett instead kicks out. Matheson 3. Good. I'll tell you, Luke Matheson can shoot it when he's got an open look.
Yeah, 8 points, couple of 3-pointers on the night for the junior. Point blank, dead on range. Straight on shot, knocking it down.
Centaur's not going away. Survived a little Saint run and tied it back up.
Just some good outside shooting from Woodstock has, kept them in this ball game.
There's Williams with his little floater. I'll tell you, DeAndre Williams is smooth.
Now, you try and tell me he's not one of the most improved players in this league. From what we saw him last year as a sophomore to now this year, the confidence that young man has.
Matheson drives, kicks it back, and they're going to swing. Dumped inside to Matheson, spins, floater, fall away, got it. Luke Matheson starting to score for the Centaurs.
First player in double figures for Woodstock with 10 points.
Williams now, very methodical with Lee. Looks for a screen from Avery. Max Lee pulls up for 3, no good. Strong rebound, Matheson. The last couple minutes have belonged to Luke Matheson.
All 5 Woodstock scorers in double figures in their semifinal win against Griswold. Casey, balanced scoring attack for Coach Martin Hart.
Dump down, and we're going to get an offensive foul as Anderson just bullied Beltran, and that's going to be his 4th.
Chase Anderson with another one of those basketball moves I was liking in the first half. He a little too much off arm. Shielded defender off and had a little hook there, and he's got to sit down.
And he's going to be there for a while. as he picked up his 4th. The crowd filtering in here. I think we expect a loud capacity crowd tonight for our Division I final between the number 1 East Lyme Vikings and the number 2 Waterford Lancers here at the X. However, in our first final, Division II, we have a great game here between the Saints and the Centaurs. Back and forth action.
Deep 3 that time by Beltran. He shot that from the town hall. Saints have struggled from behind the arc, Casey. Hunter Beltran has not gotten off yet. Beltran hasn't really got going. Williams has been their best outside threat.
Trapped on the baseline is Morin. No good. Williams with a rebound. Up ahead it goes. Beltran pulls it back. There's Beltran, long 3. No good, and a strong rebound weak side by Hackett. Oh, nifty move by Johnson. Marsalisi to Mathewson. Steps in, foul line, jump shot. No good. Oh, look at Beltran get up and push.
Got numbers.
Oh, inside out now, Bergeron. Williams, 3-ball. No good. Mathewson cleans it up. Teams are starting to get a little cold here from the outside. Morin zips inside to Hackett. Oh, that's a strong move by Cole Hackett. Put Woodstock back on top.
Finally, a shot inside the paint. Team's been living on the 3-point line. Nobody knocking down the shot.
Beltran back up top. Lee inside. Bergeron outside. Oh, look at him. Look, good ball movement. But Woodstock adjusts.
No penetration whatsoever against that zone, though.
Very content to swing it around the perimeter. Look for Max Lee. He likes to try to make a zip pass. Woodstock extending that zone a little bit now.
Offense stuck in mud a little bit for the Saints. Not a lot of off-the-ball movement. Spreading the floor.
Max Lee breaks and floats to the basket and misses the layup. Very good start, very poor finish on a Max Lee drive, and the Centaurs want the final shot of the quarter. Why not? 2-point lead and the basketball.
A weathered the storm coming out of the locker room from the Saints, and are positioned to take at least a 1-possession lead going into the 4th quarter.
Johnson. Mathewson. Back to Johnson. Gonna have to start to run a play now. Looking for a little help. Pulled up his dribble. Marsalisi. And we're gonna get a walk. And that's gonna give the Saints 6 seconds to get off the final shot of the 3rd quarter. We're gonna get Svab back into the ball game for the Saints. Svab inbound to Lee. Up ahead it goes. Beltran, pull up at the buzzer. No good. And just like that, we have ourselves a 2-point game. Cinderella wants to see if the shoe's going to fit. Join us for 4th quarter action on the other side. You're watching Game Day live on theday.com.
It's the Sports Doctor, Keith O'Brien. You want to hear from local coaches, athletes, and personalities? Well, how about giving my weekly podcast a listen? I mean, do you have a kid in mind, though, John, who would take the last shot down by 2 with, say, 6 seconds left?
God almighty. I mean,
I give you a look at sports from a fan's perspective as well. Do you have a problem with him pulling up from about 35 feet, from the basket, Coach?
We have had talks about this.
The Sports Doctor here on theday.com.
Game Day is brought to you by Family First Life. Family First Life can meet all your life insurance needs. Contact them for a free quote at 860-317-1324.
Only 3 3-point field goals on the night made by the St. Bernard Saints, Casey. The bread and butter of their offense. We talk about teams being able to shoot their way to a championship. Well, they can shoot themselves out of a championship as well. And on the other side, Woodstock with 6 3-pointers in the ballgame.
Never like to put too much onto the shoulders of any one high school player, but right now Hunter Beltran, if he's a 1 3-pointer away from having the lead in this game, he has just not shot the ball for someone who is as good a shooter as he is.
And I think he's one made 3-point basket from probably going on a little run, get a little hot streak. He just needs that first one to go down.
I think that's exactly right, Sports Talk.
Finally, I'm right. Finally, it's only been 3 quarters.
In and out on behalf of the Centaurs. Kick back up top. Swing. Three ball straight away, no good. Again, Hackett with the rebound. Kicks, Matheson, jumper, no good. And tipped out of bounds off the Saints. That's going to stay Woodstock ball. The Saints not able to clean the glass.
Yeah, Svab and Barjan going at it, knocking the ball out of bounds. And here we go. We're getting ready for the marquee matchup.
Viking Valley, no trespassing. Tonight's not going to be any fun.
You're a whaler. You can't get anywhere near there.
No fun at all tonight. Oh, nice move, Aiden Morin. Only a sophomore, but the kid can score. He gets the Centaurs back up 4.
9 points for the sophomore. The knockdown jumper, the rise up, the 12-footer.
Max Lee looks to answer straightaway 3, short. Avery, strong rebound. Kicks out, Svab for 3. Got it.
Boy, they needed that in the worst way, did the Saints. See if that opens things up for the other shooters on the floor.
1 point Woodstock lead with the basketball. Matheson has Beltran on him now. Beltran takes the hot score. Inside, nice spin move. Hackett kicks, Marsalisi drives. Pulls up his dribble, however. And then Morin will redirect. Looking for a little pick and roll, not there. Jumper is good for 3. Aaron Johnson with the tray.
3 triples for number 3, Aaron Johnson from the deep corner, Casey.
And Svab went strong to the basket. He's going to pick up the foul, and he'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Balanced scoring attack for Woodstock in this ballgame. Johnson, Morin, Matheson, Chase Anderson. And again, in the semifinal win over Griswold, 10 guys in double-figure scoring.
No, that's not possible. I mean, all 5 starters.
I'm sorry. Yes, 5 guys.
10 guys.
5 starters.
10 guys would be 100 points.
I'm sorry.
Sports Doctor, if a train left Chicago going 30 miles an hour. One more for Connor Svab. And Saints going to put a little full court pressure on now. Morin, nice job. Max Lee with the reach, the tip. Lee with the steal. Goes up, can't finish. Out of bounds, it'll stay Saints ball. Max Lee with the quick hands, but couldn't get the layup to go down. Lee will inbound. Underneath for the Saints. Outside it goes, it's picked off by Johnson. Full court pressure by the Saints, broken by Hackett. Hackett has numbers all the way to the basket. Uncontested, and the Centaurs want a timeout. Woodstock sensing it's got a little something going right here, Sports Doctor. I got to be honest with you, this late in the game, I am surprised the Saints have not found any traction.
They are rolling right now. Woodstock is rolling, and the Saints' struggles from the perimeter continue, Casey. They've not hit the three-point shot. They've not passed the ball very well. St. Bernard's, again, seems very tight tonight, and Woodstock, house money, baby.
I mean, think about this. They started the year 2-8.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when it's pack up and, you know, go watch some other thing happen. You don't even think about it. They win 6 of their last 7, including that great win over Plainfield, which was a pretty easy win, all things considered, and then Griswold in a barn burner. And here they are in the finals, about to considerably knock off. They could knock off Plainfield, the 2, Griswold,
the 3.
The 3.
Yeah.
St. Bernard's the 1. 1, 2, 3, and out the door. That's pretty good.
Isn't that how it happens, though, in tournament play? When you get a hot team that maybe shouldn't be there, and, you know, geez, you're playing a game on a Thursday night at Plainfield. Okay, well, it's the division, it's number 2 team. And no trespassing. There you go.
Wait, whoa, ho! Wait a minute. That's Nieves. That's Mr. Nieves, Mr. Hutchins. They're legend basketball players, and they're trespassing in Viking Valley. Now, well, maybe they have passes. Maybe they have passes.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. How do you get a Viking Valley pass? I don't know. You know, we talked earlier, Sports Doctor. To win a tournament, you got to play well,
right?
Get lucky, and ride the momentum. And right now, Woodstock has done all of that.
Yes. Yes. Ride the momentum.
A little full court pressure, try to eat some clock. Lee, 3 ball, Beltran, good! JoJo!
the difference maker for the Saints at three-point line.
Hackett tries to dump inside to Matheson, and he loses it out of bounds. Turnover, there's the Saints' pressure. I think that's the key, the defensive pressure by the Saints. When they turn it up, they seem to have good results.
Yeah, turn up the D, hit some threes. That's their game plan. There's a set play off of a timeout, too, by Mark Jones.
Lee all the way to the basket with a left-hand finish, and we're all tied as Max Lee gives us a brand new ball game.
A 5-0 St. Bernard's run off of a made basket and a Woodstock timeout.
That's right, off the Woodstock timeout.
Right.
Here's the full court pressure again, inbound to Johnson. He splits the double with numbers.
Nice job by Belargin there on D.
Swings it to Morin. Hackett now wants to try to drive. He kicks. Matheson with a three is short. Max Lee cleans it up. He wants to push. Up ahead to Beltran. Beltran drives. Left shot is blocked, but it's going to draw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Yeah, he's the type of kid that can get to the rim for Coach Mark Jones. JoJo Beltran, not afraid to mix it up with the big people. Casey he has the athleticism to rise up, get to the rim and finish. I like the strong move. I like the aggressiveness.
Yeah, I like the body control. Went up with the left hand, so he was never in danger. He used his body to shield off the defender and draw contact.
Yeah, attack off the pressure. Attack once you come across half court. You're going to get rewarded. If it's not with the basket, it's a trip to the free throw line where he knocks down the first.
One more for Beltran. Saints back on top. And it's good.
We'll put Beltran in double figures with 10.
Here's that full court pressure again. Matheson. Morin. Morin drives and kicks. Hackett. Matheson pulls up, 10-footer, and a friendly roll for Luke Matheson.
12 points tonight for Luke Matheson, the leading scorer for the Centaurs.
Max Lee. Beltran. Three ball, no good. And a strong rebound by Brian Bergeron, and he'll draw the foul.
Senior forward says, I'm not going out of this gym tonight without a championship, Coach. I got your back.
Cole Hackett on the receiving end of that Bergeron body, and fouls on him, and Lee will inbound it underneath for the Saints. In the corner, Belargin, no good. Oh, there's Bergeron on the follow. The senior puts the Saints up 2. Matheson, and we're gonna get a walk on Marsalisi. Took a step before he dribbled. And here's Chase Anderson. Now or never time for the Centaurs with 4:33.
A 7-0 run here by the Saints. 9-2 run by the Saints.
Williams, Lee, Beltran, Bergeron, and Belargin. The killer bees for the Saints on the floor right now. Max Lee. There's Williams. Content with swinging the ball. Williams now. You can see Lee wants to penetrate. Zips inside. Out it goes. Belargin three. No good. Back iron. And rebound by Matheson. Boy, Hunter Belargin has just struggled from outside today.
He's got one in him, though. I think he's going to hit one here in the last 4 minutes of the game.
Anderson demanding the ball over Lee. Spins. Nothing there. Kicks back out. Wants the ball again. And we're going to get a little touch foul on Belargin as Morin drove to the basket.
You see Max Lee bodying up with the bigger man and Chase Anderson. Playing solid defense.
Nothing against Chase Anderson, but if you're going to demand the ball on the block like that and you can spin and shoot the jump shot over Lee, you got to take that shot.
Yeah.
I don't want to kick it back. I don't want you to kick it back out. Hackett. And we're going to get a hold as Morin cut to the basket. And it was a nice job that time on the cut. He forced Belargin to hold him. And that'll be the 4th team foul on the Saints. 2nd on Belargin. And we're going to get another foul away from the ball. This time on Beltran. That's the 5th accumulating. So they're heading towards the 1-and-1 as well.
A cheapie over there in the corner on JoJo.
We get a timeout. St. Bernard's. Mark Jones wants to talk it over.
Full charge timeout. Coach Jones, let's set things up, a little defense, offense, a little double duty over there.
And St. Bernard's cheering section feeling the little trepidation, little nerves right
Yeah.
now. I think they thought, honestly, they were going to roll in, and they've been playing really good basketball, and I think Woodstock has played a little better than I think anybody expected. Like you said, they're on a little run right now. But
Yeah, they've played a nice game, and St. Bernard's has not shot the ball very well tonight from the three-point line. They've struggled a little bit, and they're up 2 with under 4 to go.
And 22-2 the Saints are.
Yeah.
Woodstock 10-12.
14 straight wins by St. Bernard's, 12 straight in the regular season. Like I said, they had 2 losses back in January. They got pounded by Immaculate. They lost a 2-point game at Plainfield. Reeled off 12 straight in the regular season, and then they beat Montville, and then they beat Lyman in the ECCs to get here now. So 14 straight they haven't lost since January 16th. Can you remember back that far?
No, I can't remember back to last
February
week.
16th.
Yeah. Not at all. What's the 28th today? I can't remember.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Today's the last day of the month. Remember, it's a short month.
It's not a leap year. I have a buddy who was born on February. I was born on February 29th. He was born on the day on the leap
So
year.
his birthday's every 4 years.
He celebrates it on both the 28th and the 1st of March, or in dog. Like you say, he's like dog years. Every 4 years.
10 years old.
He's 10. Exactly.
He's 10. Yeah. He's 40, but he's 10.
Yeah, he just turned 11 actually.
Oh, okay. All right. There you go. Tell me I don't know math.
You dead
I don't know
math.
numbers.
You know math. You know. If I phrase it correctly.
Yes.
Anderson looking for a screen. Good defense by the Saints. Dump down to Hackett. He drives baseline on Bergeron. No good. Tipped around and controlled. Good defense by Bergeron. And the rebound. Out ahead it goes to Williams now. DeAndre going to push. Max Lee fakes it in the corner. Beltran drives baseline. He loses it. Out of the pack. Oh, great hands, Max Lee. Lee stutter steps, drives, Bergeron in the lane, back iron, no good. And out of the pack, the Centaurs push. Mathewson swings it back up top. Great defense by the Centaurs after Max Lee is quickly.
Oh, boy,
anticipates.
He's done everything possible to forge this team to a victory tonight. Defense, rebounds, scored 8 points tonight.
In the corner. Anderson wants it in the post. He has it on Beltran. Spins, baseline. No good. Good defense, and Lee with a strong rebound.
That's a good offensive move and a great defensive stand by JoJo Beltran.
And we're going to get a foul. They're going to call it as Max Lee knocked Chase Anderson to the ground. And they're going to call a foul instead on Hackett. That's the 7th team foul on Woodstock, and it's going to send Max Lee to the line to shoot 1-1. So big front end of it, 1-1 here for Max Lee. Junior guard with a chance to make it a 2-possession game if he can knock both of these down. Back iron, no good. Strong rebound by Hackett, so missed opportunity by the Saints.
Be patient here. Look for your stuff.
Lee with jumps, intercepts. Oh, almost had a chance there. Oh, look at Bergeron, steals, and the layup is good. And Aaron Johnson is heated as Bergeron, with just overpowering defense, steals the ball and the layup, and the Saints are up 4.
Brian Bergeron, both ends of the floor, Casey. A defensive stop on one end and the hoop on the other end. Senior making a big play for Mark Jones.
You look up and down the lineup for the Saints, and just what you'd want in a veteran team, just a couple of seniors to the glue guys are all seniors. And right now, there is no one more relieved in the gym than Hunter Belargin, because he has not shot the ball well tonight, and his teammates have stepped up here down the stretch, giving him a little breathing room. And I think you might be right. I think there's still a jump shot left in him before this thing is over.
I think he's going to be a difference maker. He's going to knock one down from the corner, from the top of the circle. And, Casey, we talked to the Saints after they won their game against Lyman the other day, and, Coach told you, and the kids will tell you this, it's not a one-man show here. We're here to pick everybody up, and it's a very balanced attack, and I think you're seeing that tonight. Hunter Belargin's struggling. Max Lee's having a great all-around game, but not a great scoring game. DeAndre Williams, I'm picking you up. JoJo Beltran, I'm picking you up. Brian Bergeron, you know what? we're not asking you to do a lot, but when you're out there, be productive. Very key to their victory tonight, or attempt for a victory tonight.
I feel bad for either Wyndham Tech or Platte Tech because I have a feeling that you might see Beltran drop 35 on him in the first round of the state tournament because he's too good a shooter.
Yeah.
So he's going to have one of these 8 for 9 from threes here in a minute. Big possession here for the Centaurs. The Saints are going to go full court pressure.
Yep, full court man here by the Saints.
Hackett to inbound. Gets it to Morin. Morin, deliberate. All the way to the basket. Now Mathewson. Up top it goes. 3-ball. Johnson. No good, in and out. And Bergeron with another rebound.
All right, difference maker in the second half. He's the little guy playing big for Coach Mark Jones.
Yes, he is not a big, but he plays big.
Strong performer.
Woodstock's going to have to extend the defense. Sand will take some air out of it. With these guards, so difficult to pressure. Now Lee splits the trap, but dribbled into pressure. Ball loose. Centaurs recover. Aaron Johnson.
Got to keep your head up there, Max. Got to know where the defenders are coming, know where the help is coming.
And we're going to get a hold out on the perimeter on Beltran. That's the 7th team foul on the 3rd on Beltran. That's going to put... That's the 6th team foul. Check that on the Centaurs. One more for a 1-1.
So next foul and both teams will be shooting.
Anderson will inbound on the side for Woodstock. Inside it goes to Mathewson, and now a reset by the Centaurs. Anderson wants a screen. Little roll, nothing there. Mathewson now drives baseline. Oh, nice block from behind by Bergeron.
Right, Beltran did a nice job stepping in and taking away in the baseline on that move. Help defense by the Saints that time.
And a timeout by Mark Jones and the Saints, and they're going over to hug Brian Bergeron because he has played huge down the stretch for the Saints. 2-possession game with 1 minute and 2 seconds left.
Now at the 4-guard offense, Casey, you can kind of play keep away a little bit if you're Mark Jones. I want to put the game in the cooler too early, but you can play keep away, spread the floor out a little bit, make them foul you, put your best shooters on the court, and get to the line and try to ice the game out.
And I don't want to go too far ahead, but if St. Bernard's can hold on here and win their back-to-back Division II championship, when they're returning, like we said, DeAndre Williams and Max Lee and JoJo Beltran and Nate Avery, they're looking at the possibility of a three-peat in Division III, which is something pretty remarkable. So right now they're feeling it. Back-to-back championships on the horizon for the Saints.
Yeah, Woodstock needs to stop here. Straight man-to-man defense. They'll look to probably double-team the ball.
Beltran. Anderson has 4, so he's got to be careful. Lee. Underneath to Bergeron. Wisely spins it back out to Beltran. They're going to have to foul, and Woodstock does, but he called a jump ball. They got a tie-up on Beltran. Aaron Johnson check that. Aiden Morin got his hands around the ball, and they call a jump ball.
Saints retained possession, but that could be huge down the stretch here.
The Saints don't like that at all. In the backcourt, we're going to get a foul on Aaron Johnson, and that'll put Beltran at the line to shoot 1-1. They're discussing the intricacies there in the Saint cheering section.
What a job that Mark Jones has done resurrecting this program over at St. Bernard's. He brings that pedigree with him. He played at a high level in college. Commands the respect out of the kids.
Anybody over 50 years old remembers St. Bernard's as the premier high school sports school in Eastern Connecticut. And anyone over the age of 40 remembers St. Bernard's being a dominant force in all the sports. And only recently have they become a small school. But Mark Jones looking to do something really special here, possibly back-to-back championships. Anderson dumps it inside to Hackett. He spins on Bergeron. Strong to the basket. That's a nice move for Cole Hackett. Cuts into the lead. It's now 3, and timeout Woodstock.
Woodstock hanging around, Casey, looking to force a turnover. Get a quick one. No need for a three-point shot right now. You got to get the ball back, first of all, but no need for a three-point shot. Coach Hart talking things over with his kids. Setting up the defensive pressure. And I'm sure on the other side, Mark Jones is talking about how we're going to handle it, how we're going to beat it and attack the pressure.
Well, they're going to have to foul. And
we got one pass and then foul, or are you going to foul right away?
If I could get, with this amount of time, with 31 seconds on the clock, I have 8 fouls right now. See, that's the thing. I don't want to get that 10th foul.
Right.
So I might, right now, foul away from the ball on the guy I choose and let them go get a 1-and-1 before I even let them go shoot the 1-and-1.
Right.
And then the next time down, I gotta try to play for the steal.
Tremendous strategy. I can't believe your rec team was 1-12.
No, we're like 2-18.
Oh, 2-18. I'm sorry.
Not counting the tournament wins, though. four wins in the holiday tournament.
I'm not going to waste too much time here. Like you said, if I'm Woodstock, if I can't get the ball off the initial trap and press, then I got to look for foul.
Max Lee. Here it goes Williams. They're going to play the trap game here. They have Williams trapped. Now Lee. Nice job up ahead to Beltran. Too much time, and Beltran's going to get fouled by Johnson. But that's too much time. You got to go. You can't try to trap DeAndre Williams there. Once they inbound it that first time, you either have to foul or hard trap. They didn't do either. That's going to allow Beltran to go to the line. And he's going to shoot 1-and-1.
My gym's getting packed here tonight, isn't it? You can feel it.
Big front end of the 1-and-1 here for Hunter Beltran. Calmly knocks it down. And you know what? All of those missed threes are forgiven as he goes and calmly makes this a 2-possession game.
Only 5 points on the night for Beltran, but chance to put 2 big free throws on the board for the Saints. And he does. NBN, Casey. Nothing but nylon. Take that, sports doctor.
Calmly knocks him down. Now Johnson pushes ahead for Woodstock. They don't have a lot of time. Anderson off a screen. Pull up 3. No good. Williams with a rebound. And he'll be fouled. And they are going to go to the line. 5-point lead. And suddenly it is getting slimmer and slimmer. A game centaur squad. But the Saints are on the verge of back-to-back championships in the ECC Division II.
Talk about grinding, making plays down the stretch. And I think Mark Jones will tell you this is not their best night. They just, with their guys, found a way to win, and it was the other guys that kind of stepped up tonight. The DeAndre Williams, and Brian Bergeron played a heck of a ball game. He played big, I can tell you that.
2 for junior guard DeAndre Williams. First one is up, and Saints have been good from the line down the stretch. Coach Jones wants his guys off the line. No fouls in a situation like this. One more for the junior. In and out, rebound by Mathewson. Clock ticking away on the Centaurs. There's a 3, Mathewson long, no good. Saved, inbounds, 2 seconds left. Beltran throws it in the air, and the St. Bernard Saints, congratulations, back-to-back Division II champions, Coach Mark Jones, and the Saints celebrate their 2nd consecutive championship in the ECC Division II.
And they'll be headed to the state tournament on a roll, on a hot streak. 15 straight wins for the Saints. They haven't lost since January 16th. That was a long time ago, folks. Celebrate it. This is what high school sports is all about right here. Pure, raw emotion of the victory.
For Connor Svab and Hunter Beltran and Brian Bergeron, the 3 seniors who got a lot of time, along with Joseph Ennis. Those are the seniors on the Saints squad. And what better way is there to celebrate than have your child in your arms?
Yeah.
Congratulations, all of the Saints and Mark Jones on back-to-back ECC championships.
Boy, and a game Woodstock team tonight, you know what? They came in, they controlled pace and tempo early. Martin Hart, got to be proud of his kids. They, again, beat the 2-3 and made a great attempt to beat the #1 seed, but St. Bernard's just a little too good down the stretch for this ball game tonight.
Yeah, the Centaurs' game effort falling a little bit short, and tournament director Jim Bunicor is going to present the all-tournament team for Division II. And they're trying to keep the fans off the court so that they can make this presentation. Do not walk across the floor, and of course immediately 6 teenagers walk across the floor. So we are just waiting here for the all-tournament team between the Saints and the Centaurs and whoever else gets added to the all-tournament team for Division II. Of course, following this game, in about 28 minutes from now, the Division I final between the Waterford High School Lancers and the East Lyme Vikings will take place. We're very excited about that one. The showdown between the number 1 and number 2 seed takes place in about 28 minutes. That tip time is scheduled for 7:30, but right now, Coach Martin Hart and Coach Mark Jones have their teams as they will announce the all-tournament team for Division II, as well as the tournament player of the year, the MVP of the tournament. And we expect multiple Saints, multiple Centaurs, and we'll see who else makes the tournament team from Division II. PA announcer Andy Walker. Here is the all-tournament team for Division II. From Woodstock Academy, junior forward Cole Hackett. Woodstock Academy junior guard Aaron Johnson. From St. Bernard's, junior guard Joe Beltran. From St. Bernard's, junior guard DeAndre Williams. And that's going to mean the all-tournament MVP from St. Bernard's, junior guard Max Lee. Congratulations, Max Lee, Joe Beltran, and DeAndre Williams. Aaron Johnson and Cole Hackett, your all-tournament team. But your Division II ECC champions, the St. Bernard Saints, and head coach Mark Jones. And congratulations, Saints, back-to-back. Looking to come back next year for the three-peat in Division II. We are, of course, 26 minutes away from the Division I championship between the Waterford High School Lancers and the East Lyme Vikings. Tip time is scheduled for 7:30, but please join us for our pre-game coverage prior to the game. The Sports Doctor is down on the sides with those champion Saints. Sports Doctor.
Well, Casey, Harold Presley ain't walking through that door, but I'm not sure we need him. Back-to-back champions, St. Bernard Saints. Coach, you had to grind it out tonight, but your kids did find a way.
Yeah, we did. It wasn't our typical play, just making a lot of threes. We've showed that we can win in different ways, and that's going to help us out going forward into the state tournament.
Talk about that. On a roll now. I think winners of 15 straight. You won 12 in a row at the end of the year, 3 in tournament play. How does it feel going into the state tournament on a run?
It feels good. I mean, anytime you can win a championship, it's a great thing. But the state tournament has nothing to do with the ECC tournament. So we got to kind of flip the switch and then move past this.
We talked to you guys a few different times. Max, I'll bring Max in here. You guys talk about a team effort, night in and night out. It's not just one guy that leads this team. Anybody's number is called, and I think that showed tonight. 4 or 5 different guys stepping up and playing big.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Everyone who came in, they played their heart out. They did what they had to do. But it's not even just the guys who are playing. It's the guys on the bench that are bringing energy and cheering. Defense, defense, defense. And it's just everyone. It's not just the 5 guys, it's everyone. It's all 16 guys, or how many ever that we have.
Coach, You know, is this the program you envisioned at St. Bernard's when you took the job over to build something up, you know, and to win championships, to be competitive in the league and in the state?
Yeah, of course. You know, when I first remember St. Bernard's, my brother played for them a long, long time ago, and they were always packing the house and competing for state titles. So I always wanted that when I got the job, and these guys have done an unbelievable job of doing that.
Okay, so you got a happy group of Saints here. Hey, guys, good luck next week in the state tournament. Mark, congratulations.
Congratulations to the St. Bernard Saints and Mark Jones, back-to-back champions. There is Lancer Nation. It is a lot of blue tonight. We will have the Division I championship game between the number 2 seeded Waterford High School Lancers and Viking Valley, the number 1 seeded East Lyme Vikings. We will have that on game day, about 23 minutes away from tip-off, and we will bring you all Division I championship action. For Peter Wappy, Mike DeMoro, and the sports doctor Keith O'Brien, I'm Casey O'Neill. Come on back in 20 minutes, folks. It's going to be a classic, and we'll have it for you on game day live on theday.com.